Mental Health Monday.
Another episode of Mental Health Monday.
Purple skies. You want to talk about what it feels like right now? Is that more, or you wanted more so like?
I think a description on what it feels like would actually be important.
Right.
And then what does that color represent for you?
So
when that's been the thing.
Like purple skies for me, it's a darker color. It's more intense. It is kind of that ominous, feels sort of like, thunderstorm, either on the horizon or coming. But
yeah,
part of what I feel when there's a purple sky, and then I'll be able to explain why I think of that color, is I can't see anything.
Okay.
I look at my life, and because I've been doing this calculator approach, like I'm like, what is in store in the future for me, and not from a sense of like, oh, like how much, or what can I attain professionally, or like, but it's just like or what can I attain socially. It's like I don't understand like where I'm headed with my emotions. I feel this way right now, and I don't see any way for it to get better. Like there's just no way.
Yeah.
And so because there's no way to go to suicidal ideation, I'm feeling these suicidal thoughts right now. Like I look at my life, and I look on the past, and there's dread, and there's trauma reactions, and there's a lot of different mixture of memories and unfortunate emotions. And also I think a big reason why I feel depressed too is like because of these types of prognostications that I make, like this is gonna happen so I'll feel good, this is gonna happen so I feel bad. And also then there's kind of the contrast element, and when you go manic, you feel unjustifiedly so, but you're feeling like you're on top of the world. And I mean, it literally feels like you are. It's kind of like a combination of being like the Hulk and like something else, but there's this Hulk-like element to it where you go into manic mode and you just cause havoc internally, and you're running around and you're doing all this stuff for like however long your episode lasts, and then you snap out of it, and it's like Bruce Banner, like I can remember all of that, but like I just let the other guy in, there is this other like sort of force within my brain that just takes over. And like it's gotten to a point now where like I can kind of control the mania, and I sort of can direct its energy. But at first it was just like but because you feel so high and mighty, when I first went manic, I was like working out twice a day, and like waking up at 7 a.m.
Twice a day.
Would wake up at 7 a.m. I would go into the backyard. I would do like a grit workout. I'd do like 100 dips, like 200 push-ups, run a mile, like just find whatever I could do to, planks. And so, like I would just do a body weight workout in the morning early on, like a couple hours of sleep. And then I would work all day long, smoking weed all day long. And then after I was done with my work, I would go and I'd do another workout, and then that would be like the conclusion of my work. And then I would just kind of like be like goofing off during the evening. But like a lot of the days I would wake up, do that little workout in the morning, and then do that. And you just feel like, it's like you're on a drug. I mean, that's what the chemical reaction of mania is like. It's like being on like, I don't know what it feels like to be on other drugs. It's like being on drugs.
Yeah.
And so when you come down off of that, and also you have whatever drugs they gave me, the antipsychotics and stuff, were really slowing me down and making me depressed. The purple skies are just kind of like, where do I go? I feel tired. I feel angry. I feel like I have nowhere to go. And maybe sometimes it's purple, sometimes it's just black. Like someone has like completely. Sometimes there's no sky. I mean, truthfully, like when I'm on my deathbed, like there's no sky. Like I can't see anything. Like you know, the lights are pretty damn near off, and like purple approaches that, and there's just this intense like thunder and lightning going on, and kind of reckoning, and my inside saying like, there's nowhere for me to turn. Like even therapy, even meds, even like whatever I'm doing, like there's nothing you can do. And I guess luckily, because even though I was thinking those things or saying those things, I was able to stick with like my therapist and stick with my psychiatrist and take some suggestions from other people about how to feel good, be a little bit more grateful.
Would you say readjusting perspectives has helped you out?
Readjusting perspectives has definitely helped me out. I think it's also been important for me, at least this past like 6 or 7 months, to just
take your time.
Not be like determinate.
Okay.
You know, I never like internally, like never tell myself I've reached the recovery point, you know? And I think that was where I'd made my error previously, especially when I was feeling good, was I'd feel a lot better. And then I would say, this is, you know, I did it. I beat it. You know, I beat depression and anxiety, or I beat this condition. Like no one can stop me now. And,
that sounds like a doorway for Badia to make another appearance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is. And so the biggest thing about this time was I just sort of played off of like what I knew from like the previous few episodes, and was just like, these things must be true. Like I have to be accepting of the diagnosis, and I know that the lithium will prevent the mania. But I need to just like trust that I must keep working on the mental health side of things. And even when there's other things that I'm not happy with, like learning how to like, I needed to learn how to not be happy and also be like healthy, you know? The goal is to be like happy and healthy, and they're kind of two different things.
You know what? So learning to not be happy is similar to the guy who's in a relationship who thinks that there's a problem when his girlfriend is silent.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's really just okay for both of you guys to share the silence. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's it. And honestly, I'm that guy who, if there's silence, I'm like, so, like, and not guy, like, you know, why the chicken cross the road? Like, yeah, you know, that's me. I'm that guy. Yeah. And that's true. Like, and that's kind of how it was I sort of figured, all right, if I'm happy or if I'm healthy, then I'll be happy. Because I always figured I'm happy previously, but I'm not healthy. So if I get healthy, then I'll be happy.
Yeah.
And I never really realized like they're just going to go at their own pace. And there's a chance that I get to a point in my life where I am healthy, but I'm not happy. And that's never been like, that's rarely been the case for me. And this semester I was happy and I was healthier for most of it. But you know, there have also been some points like over the past 2 or 3 months, and I won't, you know, go too hard into why, but where I've been like healthy but not happy. And like, you know, I talk with my doctors and I'm checking off all the boxes and you know, I'm meeting medication requirements, like lithium level's good. Yeah, my exercise is solid, eating and weight are solid, you know, doing well academically.
Accepting you don't need to work out 2 times a day.
Accepting I don't need to work out 2 times a day.
Yeah.
That was hard. And also accepting that, like, there was we can get into the body positivity and dysmorphia stuff of the previous, but
well, we could do that another day.
we'll do it. Let's do that another day.
It'll always be an open door for you. You feel what I'm saying? You know, I got you.
appreciate it.
You know, I got you.
Thank you.
You know, I got you. Yeah.
Thank you. But for now, while we're talking about the skies, I mean, I would say depression, the big part of it is just like not being able to see like anything like up in the sky. And I think that's also part of it too, is like there's the sky historically is like such a navigator for people, you know. You follow the constellations, you follow the North Star to go
That's
north.
why folks who use the sky were usually referred to as pioneers.
They're pioneers, and
They're searching.
because they're searching.
Yeah.
And that was how they made maps. They would look at where the stars were, and they would mark it, and they would trace. And they actually, like, maps weren't accurate, but they did a pretty damn good job in the early days. And it was because people use the sky very well. They put their gods in the sky. If you don't have the sky, then it's really, really hard to navigate your life. And when I get depressed, the sky for me, and like kind of the laws of nature, like I said, which exist outside of me, are gone, and my laws of nature take over. And that's not like a narcissistic way of looking at it, but it's part, or like, I'm not trying to say, oh, this is all my fault.
That's your reality.
But that is a reality.
Yeah.
And I realize a lot of it comes from me just simply like having these perspective malfunctions, and there's trauma too and other things, but a lot of it has to do with like, my sky vanishes and then I don't know which direction to go. So that's purple. And then now kind of where I'm at currently is like, you know, it's like it's probably like partly cloudy, you know, getting some sunshine, but there's still some cover, but it's warm out.
It's not a bad start.
And it's good. So like I can go to the pool. I don't need to wear a coat if I don't want to. It's nice weather, you know, like if you look at it with the right not the right perspective. If you look at it with with a certain perspective, like it's a great day every day. Yeah. But there's still things out there that aren't great, and I'm not even sure that I'll ever get to a cloudless sky or even like, you know, a cloudless rain, which is tears of joy.